So before I start, I'd like to thank you all for coming this session, and I'd like to thank you for the organizer that giving me a great opportunity. I briefly introduced, my name is Masatoshi Kokubo from the University of Tokyo. Before slide shown to you, I will briefly introduce myself. My main research field is about the constitutional law. And I also took the master degree of science and a master degree of law. So I'm kind of interdisciplinary person in that sense. And when I was in the after graduate school of science, I'm doing the research about brain-machine interface. So today I'd like to talk about the LC of hybrid mind from the Japanese, especially from Japanese perspective. I actually had the subtitle after I come to Geneva, hear the yesterday's session. I want to think about how can we draw the practical red line using the constitutional concepts. Thank you very much. So let's skip this slide. So actually, I want to try to explain about the situation of neuroscience, but we probably heard a lot, so I skipped the slide. In short, we can explore the final frontier of a human being. We can see what's happening in our brain, and we can touch the function of a brain or nervous system. And also we can hybrid the monitoring and manipulation of brain using the brain-machine interface. So brain-machine interface can withdraw the information from a nervous system, and also you can be feedback the function of a nervous system, or furthermore, you can be manipulated your brain function by others. So we have to think about this hybrid problem. But before speaking about the risk or something, let me talk about the bright side of brain-machine interface. So actually, I'm the member of the Japanese government funding research project called Moonshot Go 1, and I'm a member of LC team, of the technological invention team. The Moonshot Go 1 states that we realize the society, we can be free from limitation of body, brain space, and time by 2050 by using brain-machine interface. So it's kind of weird for the legal scholars, but they believe so seriously, and they say that they realize this goal by connecting our brain to the internet, like IoT. We call it IOB, Internet of Brains. So by doing so, we can have many benefits from brain-machine interface or IOBs, because even if we can speak, if we are disabled, we can communicate with each other so freely, and also we can control the object, obviously. And also, we finally artificially connect our nervous system, even if it's injured. So in short, from legal perspective, brain-machine interface could bring three kind of extension of human being. First one is body, extension of body. Doing the, extend the control and feedback of nervous system, we can have another body, maybe, and doing the, realize the full dive technology, probably we can acquire a whole new world that we can literally fly the sky or something. And finally, most importantly, we can connect our mind to another system, not physically, but informationally. So brain-machine interface can connect our nervous system to another system from the perspective of information. So we can connect brain to brain, or we can connect brain to AI or something. So BMI is, kind of technology that connects our information processing that happens inside our body to another systems. Yes, they are, great. I actually, to be honest, it's great to do. But on the other hand, I have some worry about it because, as a constitutional law scholar, our inner mind is not inviolable anymore. So we have to, draw the clear red line, what we can do or what we can't do about our mind. And also, brain-machine interface, or in other words, hybrid mind, can blur the boundary between self and others in two senses. First one is, I'm not sure whose body is this robot or is this prosthetic is. So I mean, our physical border could be blurred by brain-machine interface, and most seriously, our mental border could be blurred in two senses. First of all, like the movie Solaris that yesterday somebody talking about it, it is difficult to specify the owner of our mental process. if I am connected to another person, this memory is really mine or him? I'm not sure because it's subjective phenomenon. So I can distinguish mental experience by some kind of objective standard. So, and furthermore, those kind of extension effect could be last forever, probably, because brain-machine interface is known as the technology can easily induce the neuroplasticity, which is the characteristic of nervous system change the form and function so freely to adapt the environment. So if the society come when we use brain-machine interface so freely on daily basis, probably those effects could be last longer, even if after we quit use the brain-machine interface. So we have to think about those risks. But before I start speak about legal things, I want to stress that I'm not here to say stop invent the neurotext, but we have to balance the risk and benefits so seriously. The question is, how can we control the social implementation of neurotext? Let's go back to the definition of brain-machine interface. So brain-machine interface can be divided into two main components. First one is withdraw the information from your nervous system. That is an issue related to monitoring of your nervous system. And also the component that manipulate your nervous system's function. So it is related to the issue manipulation of your nervous systems. So brain monitoring, when we talk about brain monitoring, main challenge here is about privacy or freedom of thought, as we heard today. And the brain manipulation, it's the problem about probably the integrity of mind or mental integrity, psychological continuity or something like that, or just simply invasiveness of those kind of technologies. And here's plausible and hopeful candidate to counter those risks. First one is new rights. Like Machoenko argues that it is a cognitive liberty, mental privacy. We have to protect those things and think about those things. And also we have another candidate that is cognitive liberty, which has two contrasting aspects. First one is the freedom to neuroscience, and the other one is the freedom from neuroscience, which is understand the bundle of rights. That is the right to self-determination and freedom of thought and mental privacy. So if this is the end of argument, I have nothing to do. I have to pack my baggage and go back to Japan, but unfortunately not. The next step is incorporation into the domestic law. Probably this is the hard problem for the legal scholar, especially domestic legal scholars, have to face in next few decades. So new rights have a strong point and cognitive liberty have a strong point. Yes, that's okay. Then if we use those terms, if we withdraw the knowledge from them, we can probably align the constitutional rights of freedom like this. And again, if this is the end of the problem, I have nothing to do. I have nothing to research. But here's a question. So let me explain about it in the case of Japanese constitution. So in the Japanese constitution, we have Article 13, which guarantee the right to privacy. It is considered a relative right, like a mental privacy, we argue in the international human rights law. And also we have Article 19 of the Japanese constitution, which guarantee the freedom of thought and conscience. The right protects our whole explicit mental process, absolutely. So we can reinterpret those two clauses to incorporate mental privacy, freedom of thought, or maybe self-determination itself. But here's the unsolved question. Can we find a clear line between the two rights? What is protected absolutely, while what is not? To answer this question, probably we can call for old theory, or in other words, very, very basic and core value that is embodied in the Constitution. First candidate is personal autonomy for the legal scholar in Japan, because in Japanese jurisprudence, we have understood that Article 19, which protects the freedom of thought, gave absolute protection to the thoughts to protect and support the personal autonomy. So we believe that in our mind, there's a personality. That's why we gave our inner realm of absolute protection. So if the using of neurotech, which makes it impossible for individuals to continue to exist as a being with personal autonomy, would be prohibited, absolutely. And also we can bring another concept, which is a human dignity. So some of the neuro scholars, for example, just Christoph Babris already explained, it claimed that we have to ban some kind of technological use if it violates the human dignity. Now we have two strong candidates to guiding principle to decide the border of the mental privacy and freedom of thought. But here's also remaining question is here. Can we really identify or specific neural activity that we have to protect absolutely, There's no such neural activity that label, this is the thought, this is the, belief, this is the conscience. So we have to specify that some kind of electrical signal is essential for human dignity or personal autonomy. To doing that, I think it's time to open the black box in the legal field. We have made it black box. We have made our mind black box in our field, but it is time to find and locate the core value, which means the personal autonomy and human dignity in the nervous system as an informational system. And so in that sense, I want to propose that let's use cognitive process, not mind, which has, so many rich implications, philosophical implication, or something like that. And also to achieve this, the law must engage with the science. I mean, we have to talk each other. So it's in that sense, interdisciplinary research is needed to make normative arguments and normative arguments practical in the field of science and also enforceable in the real daily life. And we also have to consider the culture and the regional differences in understanding values. For example, Germany has a really long history of human dignity, but Japan has not. We prefer the personal autonomy as a more basic core value. To make the regulation or normative argument is really internationally enforceable and practical, we have to cross over the cultural differences and the regional differences to harmonize the difference of understanding of core values or rights. So it is probably the urgent task for domestic legal scholars to engage the cross-cultural, cross-regional, and cross-interdisciplinary talk to harmonize the understanding of rights and concepts. So that's all for now, and thank you for your kind attention. Thank you.